Welcome to today's Prey Podcast.
What's up, everybody?
How to manipulate anyone.
Okay, you want to start off with that? If you want to manipulate someone, you lie to them.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Next.
All right. We're done sending any negative tips to anybody. If you want a man nipple 8, just lift up your best friend's shirt and bite his little areola.
How to manipulate anyone.
Oh, man. If you weren't all the way over there, I'd definitely grab a fork and eat that with some stew. I would
You eat stew with a fork?
I would nipple eat you anytime I got the chance.
Let's talk about your utensil usage real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I only use forks.
What are you doing with the broth?
I drink it out of the bowl.
You blow on it?
Here's the thing.
You blow on it? Cool it down some?
Here's what I think. If you use a spoon for anything but stirring your coffee, then you're a pussy.
I use a coffee stirrer to stir my coffee. I don't know what the fuck you're using a spoon for.
Sometimes I use a spoon. If you consider this finger a spoon. Scalding hot coffee, dunk the finger in, spin in circles 3 times. That's fine. It's done. You know what I do with the Access coffee on my finger?
Mm-hmm. So you're telling me you put your coffee in a cup?
Yeah.
I drink it right out of the Jura.
Really?
Put my mouth down there. I modified it. I modified it so my head fits perfectly. I actually have a pillow and everything.
One day.
But you know what? I could fit a pillow under there, but I don't. I put a hard rock that's very pointy underneath me.
That's very manly.
Yeah.
As
it's
a
covered
man,
in sandpaper.
As you grow up and becoming a man, you realize, wow, I can feel good just about anything. You need to choose what you want to feel good about.
Yeah.
So, sleeping on rocks, good. Eating horrible foods for you, good.
Right.
You know where you choose to put all your feel-good feelings? Hanging out with the bros.
Yep.
At work.
You know what else? It's like, okay. You know,
oh, I know.
I'll sleep on rocks. That's fine by me. I will. What was the other thing you said? You sleep on rocks and what? Eating foods that are bad for you. Yeah. Or they don't taste good. They're probably good for you, but they taste horrible. So I sleep on rocks. I eat food that tastes bad. And you know what? I don't have this, but I would to be able to be with the bros. I would do anything to hang out with the bros. I would be in a bad relationship I would marry someone wrong for me hang with the bros. Luckily, though, I don't have to.
Right.
I'm lucky enough that I don't have to do that.
Right.
But I think some people, that's why, like, everybody's like, oh, man, his wife fucking sucks. Well, he's doing it wrong because the wife sucks, but that's like the trade-off you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have like the shitty wife, but still be able to hang out with the bros, but they got it wrong. Now they have to like make up for it. No, you just like let her be shitty by herself and hang out with the bros.
Yeah.
And then you go back to your shitty life. It's not going to be it's never going to get any better. No matter how much time you spend with your shitty wife, if you have a shitty wife, she never gets better.
She's always going to be shitty.
Yep. She's always going to find something to bitch about. So you might as well make her bitch about you not being around and hang out with your bros.
Yeah.
Because at least you got to hang out with your bros and sit on a couch in a garage or something.
That's the best.
Yeah.
You know, luckily for me and you, we don't have to sit in a garage to hang out with our bros. Mm-hmm. At this point, it's crazy the lives we've created for ourselves because we just go to work and we get to hang out with the bros.
Yeah. Our life is so beautiful.
It's crazy.
When me and my sister were talking about it and she calls us heterosexual life mates, she's so happy for us that I think she almost started to cry the other day when she said, is Jake in his new place yet? I said, yeah, he tattooed me yesterday in there. And she's like, oh my gosh, that is so great. You and your friend get to work next week. I'm like, yeah, that's how we feel, except we're not, crying.
Yeah. It's crazy how
we're men, and that's how we create our lives to be perfect.
Literally that. I have a question for you.
Sorry, we're men.
I'm literally curious of your answer for this. This is a serious question. And I want to know how you cope with this. Okay. Do you ever feel guilty from how awesome our lives are? Like we literally go to work and all of our best friends are all around us all the time. And it's like the rest of the world doesn't get that. They have to go to work and they don't hang out with their friends all day long.
Okay, here's an example. Here's an example of how good you don't even. We are one wall away from each other. We don't see each other the whole day.
No.
But if we wanna, we could.
Could.
While we're making money, the money that we deserve, at the job that we like,
That we picked.
in the place that we enjoy, in someone else, when I say someone else, it's like 90% of someone else goes to work in a cubicle. And there's a guy that sits too high in his chair just to be able to see everybody else in their cubicle and annoy everyone else.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he rustles his papers loud. We're like, gosh dang it. Like,
Daggers.
yeah, I hate that guy. He like sniffles loud.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, I don't have any of those problems.
No, I don't get it.
That's why I tell people, I'm like, I don't have a real job. I don't know what you're talking about.
So do you ever feel like what I just described? Like
No, because you know what I did
what?
when I was like days before my 21st birthday? I grabbed life by the love handles
Oh.
and
How to
I
manipulate anyone.
freaking barebacked life into submission.
Oh God.
And I made it come to what I created.
Did you make it come or
I might have finished first and left her there.
are you sure you didn't make it visit?
I never saw her again.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we did make life come because if we would have made it visit, then it would have left at some point. And it still might.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know until we die.
Yeah.
But
That's the last time I'll see her ass.
right.
Right before I die, I'll be like, okay, well, yeah, I guess this is
guess
my
you did-
first.
I
I
guess
guess
you
this is
did
my
come.
first hardship since I was 20.
I guess you did come. You
Yeah.
didn't visit.
Yeah.
Wow. It is crazy that we work right beside each other now. This is the first week where we literally work right beside each other.
I know. Isn't it hilarious?
It's funny because I mean, every single day before, you know, I would anytime I'm tattooing any person I work with, I always describe I always tell stories of Poppy and Brandon. Brandon's right there normally when I'm working. He's normally right there. They get it. And they always hear about this character named Poppy. And now what's cool is, and even like clients from out of town who see me post Poppy or Brandon on my Instagram, like they see Brandon, they never get to see Poppy because I tattooed away from you. But now I'm normally like, yeah, my friend Poppy, and I'll like tell a story and be like, yeah, well, I'm sure he'll pop over at some point. You'll probably get to meet him.
Yeah.
Because some people have even said to me, hey, I thought about you, you know, your homie Poppy. I thought about going to get my hair cut before, but he was already booked up before I got into town. Because they think they can just like come into the barbershop and like get a cut with you. Like, yeah, you have to schedule that ahead of time. So, I mean, I'm sure in the future there will be people who will come in. They'll come in and book a 12 o'clock spot with you and then come get tattooed.
Yeah. I can see that. I'll have to clean them up real good.
Yeah.
It is hilarious. It is hilarious. Brandon needs to be here right now for us to talk about how funny it is.
It's funny because it's like, it's just weird how perfect it is.
Something's going to go bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? What'll happen is something will go bad and we're all hanging out. It's like, hey, remember when that bad shit happened? Like when we started a fire
Yeah.
and then Brandon's hands bubbled up.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know what? We got past that.
Basically,
So it's like, we're just going to get through it together.
all right.
So
Here's-
it won't, it's like doing a workout. It's like doing like a really hard thing together. It's like people that go to war.
Right.
It's like they're like, oh man, being in the military or whatever was like the best days of my life. I'll never get that back because that was brotherhood. We're brothers, which is true. I'm just kind of making fun, but we're brothers. It's like now we are that. We're like our own little army.
We have our own fellowship. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
PVK. It's
was
our own fellowship.
It was fun whenever we did start that fire. We learned a lot of lessons.
I felt like I didn't need to learn that lesson, but I learned it anyways.
Yeah.
I was forced into it. I enjoyed it.
Well, you learn that you can burn your hand, and the worst that could happen to you, absolute worst about burning your hand, is that it just looks like you wearing a latex glove of your own skin.
Okay, it could get worse than that.
No. We started a pretty serious fire, man. We survived. Pretty sure that was the worst that could happen.
I think we learned that we shouldn't pour more fuel on any fires.
Yeah, if a fire is already out of control,
You might want to spritz it, but you don't want to pour anything on it.
you don't pour more shit on it.
Yeah.
I've slowed down the video. Brandon poured the shit on the fire.
Yeah, which is awesome.
He wanted to see the world burn.
He used to play drums. The guy's fucking crazy.
If you used to be a drummer, you're nuts.
The guy used to be in a band.
He's nuts.
He grew up listening to friggin' probably Metallica.
Chariot.
Yeah, actually, that's why he did that.
His favorite band is I always forget. It's either Every Time I Die or Dying Every Time.
Every Time I Die is a band.
But there's another one. I feel like is Every Time I Die a pretty popular band? It Dies Today. I think that's it.
It might be. That might be it.
I think that's the one. Every
Time I Die is sicker though. Just saying.
I forget which one he likes more. I forget. I always forget.
I just want to know now.
Yeah, I'll text him. I'll text him right now.
But either way, the guy, I mean, the Chariot, for people that don't listen to metal music, the Chariot is a band that one time got kicked out of a venue just because the people didn't realize who they had booked to play at the venue. There was like a coffee shop connected to it. So it's like, it's a different room, right? It's a totally different place, but they were causing so much chaos just in the venue when they started that they said, hey, it's over. You're causing too much of a scene out here. It's over. Done. And they're like, hey, well, I guess we're like done now. Sorry, we can't keep playing. And somebody said, hey, I don't live far from here. You guys can come play at my house and finish the show. And the guy goes, well, I guess we're the Chariot, and we're going to go play a show at this guy's house. So everyone come to, what's the address? All right, everyone show up at that address. And everyone shows up, and they play a gig in the living room. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
And they destroy the house. They end up breaking windows out and breaking walls, destroying everything, going up. People are playing bass on the roof. I mean, it's just like the most insane thing you've ever seen. And the video is so sick. And this is what our friend Brandon likes. And you expect him not to pour alcohol on the fire?
On a burning fire, yeah.
That's the least he could do.
I'm glad he didn't break the windows.
I'm glad that he didn't drink the rubbing alcohol, piss it on the fire, catch his dick on fire, and then put it out on us.
And how is the psoriasis?
Dry.
I'm literally glad he didn't do that too.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine a flaming dick being put out on you?
It's hot. It's also uncomfortable.
See these burns? About the shape of a penis, huh?
You see these scars? A penis on fire once hit my father. His penis was on fire. And he put his dick fire out on my face.
Hey, pause real quick.
Oh.
Let's put the rap right here.
Dick fire. Phone, wallet, keys in my fucking pocket. Get inside the fucking truck. We're going out to Crockett's. And we're like, holy shit, get a musket. I won't stop it. and I get a fucking pistol and I block it. And I'm running around the block in my motherfucking car. Holy shit, stop it, Sheets. I need to get a soda, and I need a Milky Way, and I need a fucking fast break, and I need a pepperoni roll, and oh, for heaven's sake, I need to wait in line. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 motherfucking inside of the motherfucking. Oh shit, I don't like that shit. I hate waiting in fucking Sheets. I hate hating it fucking Sheets. I hate waiting in fucking Sheets.
I hate waiting in line. I hate waiting in line. It takes up all of my time just sitting here waiting in line. I ordered 5 minutes ago, and all my time likes to go out the motherfucking window while I'm sitting here looking at the motherfucking people working to make my food. They better make it good. If they don't make it good, motherfucker, I'm gonna wish they would. And I'm gonna be sad, but I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm just gonna eat that shit even though I'm annoyed. And I am surrounded by lazy people working at fast food restaurants. Oh my gosh, I should've went to the steeple working at the motherfucking church. Yeah, oh my lord. Yeah, I should've been praying. I should've been doing everything that I need to do. But I'm sitting in here trying to eat this fucking fast food, and it's put together so shitty. I just wish this girl at the cash register had titties, but she doesn't have none that. They're so itty bitty. I wish they were so snack size, but they're not. She gave me a motherfucking French fry, and she gave me a pop. And this pop that I wanted, it wasn't even Sprite, it was Diet. And I'm so fucking mad, I could get up in this motherfucker and start a riot. But I'm so fucking done with the fast food, I want me a steak. They call me Fast Food Jake, and that's a mistake. That's a mistake.
Grubhub, no.
Deliver that food. Deliver it to me. Deliver it to the G.
If I would've got Grubhub, I wouldn't be waiting.
Yo.
And I would be, eating this like 7 minutes ago. I would be like, and I can pack this bowl. I
Yes.
would say, put it inside of this motherfucking bitch's nose. I would have motherfucking chicken Caesar in my salad. I would have Biggie Smalls, and he's singing a little ballad. I got 98 degrees upstairs getting flaccid. Holy shit, I'm getting hard, and I'm a fucking pussy magnet. But I had to wait at fucking Sheets. Itty bitty titty girl behind the fucking screen. And I'm like, I don't like that shit. I just want a fucking Caesar. If I had a girl with big tits, I would please her.
I would please her. I would please her. She would love me. I'd give her cheeser. I'd give her money. I'd give her coins. Guess what? I would make her hot in her loins. I would make her melt like butter. I would feed her a delicious hot tubba. And then guess what? I would rub on the butters. And then guess what? I would give her a tubba money. Giving her money. Giving her gold. Giving her motherfucking money. Giving her green and loving her soul. I would give her all my money. I would give her that bitch some head. I don't know what that means, but I would like to receive some head. Wow, that was some dick fire. That was a good ass dick fire.
Gooby.
That was good. Flixa.
But yeah, I mean, that's some crazy ass shit.
It is.
And you expect a dude to not catch his shot. I mean, I'm surprised you guys haven't already, like, oh, I guess it's not snowing yet. Wait till it starts snowing, and we might get, like, caught here for a little bit with the snow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the most fun. That'll probably be the most fun we ever have.
Yeah.
That, dude, imagine, like, our shit gets canceled, but we're all here. Like, we, like, braved the storm to get here. Everybody starts canceling on us. We're like, fuck. We're going to have to swap everybody around.
Yeah.
And then we get to party
At the shop.
on a Wednesday or something.
That
It's going
would
to be
be
so
awesome.
cool.
Here's the thing. I hope that happens. I want that to happen.
Yeah.
It has to be the perfect storm.
Yeah. Can't force it.
Because I live so close.
We have to be mad about it first. That's what it is. Like, you have to be actually upset. They're like, oh, man, guess we're doing this now.
I live so close, I'll never miss a day of work.
Yeah.
Unless I'm sick. It has to be the perfect storm where it starts out calm day.
Yeah.
Full day booked. It's going to be crazy.
Yep.
Oh, crap. The storm's going to start hitting about what, 4?
But I really want to make some money, so people might show up.
People show up. They do show up at the beginning. 4 o'clock hits, and it's like everybody's canceling because it is putting it down like a motherfucking crazy machine gun from heaven full of snow.
Yeah.
And we're just in here.
Snow heaven.
Oh, I guess we're gonna get snowed in. Okay. Stop the story here. Enter Jake's fantasy. We're getting
Tits.
We're getting snowed in. We're getting
Boobies.
We're getting snowed in. And you guys have to have a sleepover at my house across the street.
Yeah. We can't even drive our cars there.
You guys got to walk over.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, let's just keep the party going. And we're
Yeah.
just going, and it's the best day ever.
Snowballs, but they're real wet.
Hey, it's Antarctica out there.
It's Antarctica out there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, too.
It's going to be freaking sick.
Dude, nothing's better than a sleepover. A grown man sleepover,
It's the best.
we're staying up. We're playing anything under the sun. I got a Switch back here. We can download anything.
Who can fart louder?
Yeah.
We all drink Metamucil and play Who Can Fart Louder.
Without shit. We all take X-Lax. We play Who Can Fart Louder without it being wet. And we have and every time we fart, we wipe a little bit to see how wet it gets, and we lay them out. We number them all, and we do fart 1 through 6, and we see who had the least wet farts. But we also rank them from loud to loudness, to who had the loudest farts, accumulative, while still being dry. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Just hop on board.
I think you would win.
Oh, I have a lot of power, but I also, you know me, it's like the hamstring thing. I'll get real confident, and then I'll pull a hamstring, and then my vacation's ruined for 2 days.
It'll be too wet.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh, dude, my bowels have been dry. Like,
Yeah.
like I'll be like practicing for months, and I won't shit myself, and then I'll be like, oh, I got this. And then I eat way too much pepperoni.
Yeah.
Or like I had like, or just like I just have something going on down there. Friggin'
Like what?
first one's a.
I will say, dude, I don't think I've ever heard Brandon fart.
You know what's funny is I remember you telling me
I've heard his
he
wife
doesn't
fart.
like it.
I've heard his wife fart.
I remember you telling me he doesn't like it. Like when people fart, he doesn't like that. And then I farted the other day, and he smiled. So he's really coming around, I think.
When I heard his wife fart, it sounded like a baby panda yawning. It's like, "Right?" And we laughed about that for years. But I've never heard Brandon fart ever. I don't know if he can.
Maybe it's just super silent all the time. Maybe his ass is just wide open. Maybe it kind of just air goes in and out of his ass, like kind of like willy nilly.
Maybe.
It's kind of like a cave.
My farts will. It's.
His farts are like air going through a chasm.
I feel like you have so much control over yours. You're very practiced. You can manipulate them to do whatever you want.
Right.
How to manipulate anyone.
I am very. It's unpredictable.
Yeah, you're sporadic.
You might
farter.
get a.
Right, but you didn't mean it.
But you might get one of these.
Like you don't know how to manipulate the lips
No,
in any.
no, you might
fashion.
get a, or you might get a.
Yeah.
It's just so like it's like the power I have. I feel like is normal power. I just don't know how to control it.
Well, I played trumpet when I was younger,
I only played
and
saxophone.
so that's the difference. Your lips were open the whole time, and mine were.
Yeah.
So I could make notes.
And your mouth lips are the same as your butt lips, basically.
Yeah.
And I only knew how to do this.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I fucking honk it, it's like,
When you honk it.
well, you can honk a
Yo,
saxophone.
when I honk a fart.
You can honk a saxophone.
Oh, I mean, I thought you meant honk a fart.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If your mouth lips are the same as your butt lips, it's the same thing.
Dude, I've never honked a fart, but I've definitely chucked one out.
You've lobbed one.
I've hucked one. I've shucked one. Where like shucking corn.
Yeah. I've lateraled one
Yeah,
before.
dude. Speaking of, I felt bad because every time I've gotten tattooed by you, something has happened to me where I'm in some other type of situation besides getting tattooed that I'm more worried about than the tattoo. The first time you ever tattooed me, I had a giant hemorrhoid in my butt
Yeah.
and it hurt. And you kept saying, "Oh, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And all I'm thinking of is that, is my butthole gonna burst?
Yeah.
Is this thing's gonna break and I'm gonna have blood run down this seat? What's gonna happen? Because like I was like forced to kind of be like this.
Yeah.
So it's like opening me up. So I'm just like, right on it, buddy. I mean, it was a rough one, and I never had one before, so I was like, this is rough.
Yeah.
And then like a couple times ago when you tattooed me, I like my neck. I had a crook in my neck, so I still had to be like this. And I had a crook in my neck, so I'm just like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
And then this past time, had a downstairs issue, and I had to keep holding my farts in, and it was like every 5 minutes I'm holding in this fart, and it was like dire.
So at the end of the day, when you were able to go home, did you just like let it rip?
No, every time I went to the bathroom, I sat down and I squeezed my stomach like this, and it just went. Like, no joke. Every time I was like sitting on the toilet and I was going.
So you didn't like hold them in all day long at the end of the day, just like let them rip. That's the funnest.
But I definitely did, but I was trying to get rid of them so much because I was going to have like an upset stomach. It was going to be bad. Like, it was going to be a bad day.
Yeah.
And I had to like, okay, you have a 5-second break.
Dude.
It sounded like when the mummy takes a soul.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
You know what's funny is that, side note from all that being funny.
Yeah, sorry about poop.
Let me take, we'll jump back to that. I just want to take a quick second to say this. You know how you say like a zombie? It's not the same thing as the mummy.
Yeah.
Like you say the mummy like it's a person, like the mummy taking a soul. Like everybody knows who the mummy is. It's
Yeah.
the one from the movie The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
But technically there was a bunch of mummies.
Oh, tons.
When you say a mummy, you know, you're thinking the mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you say mummy too much, it sounds kind of weak.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like,
Mummy.
it's kind of like you want someone to make you something.
Yeah, mummy.
Oh, mummy. It sounds like you're a British baby.
Mummy. Mem.
Hey, did you ever watch The Mummy?
Mem.
Yeah, I watched your mummy tuck her shirt off and I'll saw her areolas squirt milky. Put it on my biscuits and I was like, oh no, more biscuits are soggy. Now I gotta make more biscuits before work.
Mummy. Spread butter on my bread. Mum.
Hey man, I'm not gonna make fun of your accent or anything, because you're the one that's been there.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they sound. I'm imitating what other people. I've never actually even heard a British person.
Oh,
It's always people that think.
Sounds a lot like this, mate. Sounds a lot like this. It's a lot of consonants. Lot of consonants.
Yeah, it's like you make a consonant with your throat.
It's a lot of vowels.
Oh,
A lot of vowels. What I meant is a lot
but
of
the vowels end.
the consonants. They don't really hit very hard. Tattooing. You know, if you're tattooing a flower on somebody, and a lot of times the line's got to be thick. Line's got to be thick, mate.
Really, it got to be thick.
Line's got to be thick.
No thin lines. We don't do none of that bull.
No, we don't do none of the bullshit.
We know a bit of bullshit, mate.
Aye.
It's like we do thick lines and quidditch. You know what I mean?
Unless you're Oliver.
And then we are wizards that play in the wind on our scooter.
If you're from London and your name's Oliver, then you're concerned about all of the bollocks and all of the dunces in all of London. I head over to Grover. I rode the horse. The horse didn't have any shoes. And Grover was bollocks. Bollocks, mate. Bollocks.
that horse I rode, I went home, I said, that bitch was a wanker.
I just want to party.
Oh, man.
Go home, listen to, I'm riding home on my scooter, enjoying the rain, because all it does is it's cloudy, overcast, and rain. And I said, oh, I could never be inside. I gotta be in this acid rain from the Atlantic.
And do you want a pint or do you want a Guinness? A Guinness or a pint? Do you want a lager or a pint? Oh, you want a lager? Oh, you're a pussy. Oh, you're a pussy.
That's what they said.
If you had a Guinness or a lager, you have a lager? Okay, this guy's soft.
You want a Guinness? You're a hooligan. You want a pint? You're a good man. You want a lager?
Oh, that's class. That's class, mate. That's class, mate. That's class. That's class. Trying to think of anything crazy.
You know who my favorite hero is in all of the movies?
Who?
Alfred, the butler of Batman. He's a real champion. He's a real... Oh, my. He's
I'll tell you what.
blatantly rickety.
He's the only one with a true head on his soldiers. A true head on his soldiers.
True head on his soldiers, boy.
That's how London Knights. That's how London Knights say shoulders, soldiers.
Soldiers.
Yeah. I don't think of what's some other exciting news we have aside from the fact that we are finally right beside each other, working side by side every fucking day.
Okay. I've been thinking of ways to play little tricks on you, but they're
How
all
so?
little fun little tricks.
How so?
They're not mean little tricks. They're fun little tricks.
What's a little trick you've been?
Like, I will give you examples of things I won't do. I won't put scorpions in your toolbox.
Thank you. You know I hate a venomous scorpion.
And I also won't pour horse blood on Brandon's piercing table.
That would be nice.
I won't do that.
Horse blood coagulates very quickly, so
Yeah.
it's okay if you do.
And everyone knows that horse blood, when they draw it, comes from the horse's anus.
Yeah. I've been thinking about little pranks to play on you as well.
What's something you won't do to me?
Something I won't do to you. Well, Jovel works for you. You know, he's Filipino.
Yeah.
So something I won't do is send death threats to his house out of racial tension.
Right, just regular.
Because I'm not racist.
Right. Like in the letter, you'll say like, this has nothing to do with the race, but die.
No. I'm not saying like I'm telling you I won't do that because I'm not a racist.
Right.
But there is tension between me and Jovel.
Yeah.
But it's purely sexual.
That makes sense.
So won't be doing anything racist towards your coworkers. One thing I also won't do, I won't break in here and repaint the walls something stupid while you're gone. I won't paint the walls pink and purple. Promise.
The way you're smiling though is like, seems like you might wanna after you said it. You know, it would actually be a funny prank.
What?
What's the green in your bathroom?
Peacock House.
So what if wouldn't it be funny if you like, you know, someone had their house or their shop like this, salamander, and you snuck in and painted it all a very similar green peacock house. And so their whole thing was like, oh man, don't you love this paint color? It's salamander. And they're like, looks a lot like peacock house. They're like, no, this is salamander. Look, and you pull the swatch up and it's different. You're like,
It is Peacock House.
Peacock
House. Dude, as dramatic as you just did that,
Yeah.
that's the show Riverdale.
I think I know that because I'm
Dude.
pretty sure it's an older show, right? Like it's been around.
Yeah. It came out in like 2012 or 2013. No.
I've
2000. I want to say 15.
okay, so I've definitely seen it
Dude, it is awesome
because I dated a person that watched it.
Yeah.
And I remember just watching it, and one time I was sick, forced to watch it on the TV, and I was like,
It's so funny, and I think it's awesome.
You know what I told her?
What?
I said, if I get sicker, can we turn this off? Because I promise you I can get sicker.
Dude, it is. I loved it. I think it's awesome.
I'll take. Do humans get blight? Because I'll take blight.
What's blight?
It's when like a fungus or something goes through like, you know, like chestnut trees. They like they destroyed all the chestnut trees. It had blight, so it just could never grow. It just killed them all. So I'm saying I'd rather have blight.
You'd rather have a tree
and-
fungus,
and die
dude.
and get close to death.
But now that you're older and more mature and more smart, if you go back and watch it, dude, it's so funny. I'm telling you, it's funny. Because it's so dramatic and it's heavy. You know, there's heavy shit that happens. People fucking die.
Can't say. Dude, heavy shit happens. People die.
But it's so over the top dramatic that the people dying in the negative parts don't bring you down because it's so dramatic that you know it would never ever happen. And that's what makes it funny.
Dude, I
'Cause
feel
it's like
I-
15-year-old kids going, Dad, I'm struggling between wanting to be the captain of the varsity football team and wanting to write songs. You just don't understand, Dad. I love music. Dude, it's the best, dude.
Dude, it reminds me of that Disney movie about jump roping, where
Yes,
what's his say? What something blue?
Corbin Blue.
Corbin Blue. He's like, I don't wanna do that anymore. I want to jump. And the dad goes, looks like we're out of milk. Guess I'm gonna go get some milk now.
Yeah.
And that's a whole joke.
Yeah.
Is him gonna leave and get milk and be a bad dad and never come back.
Yeah.
And no one caught it. That's how I feel.
So funny.
But the thing is with me is I can watch something for a short amount of time understanding it's funny because they think it's serious and I think it's funny. But after about 2 episodes, I'm like, I'm extremely over pretending it's funny.
Yeah. So that's the part that's the part that I like about the show. It's still juicy. It's
See, I don't
still-
want that.
It's still juicy and good in that way.
I want death and violence
Yeah.
and swords and cannonballs. And I want, on another note, I'd like drugs and engines,
That's gay.
denim. I want scars. I don't want kissing, but if there is kissing, minor kissing, and I don't want, okay, not minor kissing. I want not young kissing. I want small amounts of kissing. I don't want minors kissing. I don't like that. That's why I don't like Riverdale. I don't want to see. That's actually one thing I can't get past with those shows. They're pretending to be like 15, and then there's like a sex scene, and you're like, they're adults pretending to be 15 having sex. It's kind of fucked up. It's kind of gross,
I haven't seen a sex scene yet, but I've seen implications
and I don't like that.
because there's a teacher who's banging one of the students, Archie. He's ripping it wide open. He's also a great musician and captain of the football team.
How about you, Archie? You're back for me,
And listen,
Miss
Archie
Milligan,
listen, Archie, it's Miss Grundy.
Miss Grundy.
Yeah,
Ooh, she sounds gross.
she made it up because she actually is escaping an abusive husband, so she left town and changed her name. And you know what's funny too? Archie,
You're like I'm in a book club,
dude, it's funny like that. Literally any fucking single thing you could think
like,
of that's like that.
I was in an abusive relationship. I better have sex with a senior.
Poppy. Every character has a hilarious, deep backstory that's like that. Archie has this girl that's his friend that he calls his best friend, and she's like, and she calls him her best friend. They're best friends, and then she starts to fall in love with him. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't like her because guess what? All she does is fucking nag him, and when she gets mad, she storms away from him. Isn't it crazy that he doesn't want to fall in love with her?
That
She's awful.
actually, that is the most relatable thing I've ever heard.
Dude, it's if you would watch the show, I don't even remember her name. What the fuck is her name? Betty Cook? Betty Booker? I think it's Betty something, but she's a fucking bitch, and she's my least favorite character, and she's supposed to be like the good girl of the show. But every time she talks to Archie, she fucking storms off and is just a freaking jerk all the time.
Well, isn't it funny how she's supposed to be the main
The
character,
good
the
girl.
good one?
She's
But
awful.
your reason that she's supposed to be that is you can tell they kind of like try to make her seem that way is because their whole everyone they're trying to get to watch the show is like her. They're like, oh, they'll relate to this girl because they're all bitchy.
Well, the thing is, they do this. They do like the tricks in cinema where they show her and they play the happy music and like do all this like stuff and make her look all bright. But it's like when you're an adult and you can see her actions, you're like, oh, she's awful.
Yeah.
She's terrible. I'm telling you, dude, if you would watch it, you would. I think it's so hilarious because of what I just said. It's just like it's drama that's so over the top. It's like that TikToker Delaney Rowe that I like. Mm-hmm. The one that like acts over the top. The what does she call herself? She's like I forget what she calls herself in her TikToks, but she's just real dramatic, and it's just that's how the whole show is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I heard this story. Oh, no, I don't. That's not what I want to say. what I wanted to say is Kelly likes this show, and it's called Lie to Me or something. And it's about these college kids that this happens, this happens, this happens. In the beginning of the show, okay, I'm just going to tell you. Spoiler alert, if you're my fiance and want to watch this show, you've already done it. So everyone else, listen up. So a guy is partying with this girl and leading her on, right? He kind of likes her, but leading her on because he wants to bang all these other chicks. And she's fine with that. And then they kind of get in an argument while he's driving her home, but he's already drunk. And she didn't like really want that to happen, but she's like trusting him and driving her home from a party. And she kind of gets kind of like, why don't you want to like be seen with me? You always just want to like bang me in the back of a car or like bang or like be away. Like you don't want me to be seen with you. And then they're arguing, and because he's drunk, he like swerves into the other lane and then swerves back, and she gets ejected. Like she gets like put through the glass, and like she dies.
Yeah.
And because he's shitty and he wants to be a lawyer, he like puts her in like he had his seatbelt on, and he puts her in the driver, puts her in the driver's seat and runs away.
Oh shit.
And it seems like she just drunk drove and killed herself. And then there's all these other complications where people are going to find out, and so is the one that ran him off the road, and all this craziness, right? And all you had to do to solve this problem, when I was watching this with Kelly, all I'm thinking is, if you're having a little bit of drama somewhere to where it could actually affect your life, and it's actually this serious,
Yeah.
for 50% of the drama, I would just go to a different school. And the whole time they're like, oh, I got to do this paper, and this is my best friend, and he would never lie to me, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, if you actually have this issue, all you'd have to do is like, I think I don't really like it here anymore. Like, I really like you guys, but I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
And then no one has to know.
Yeah, dude.
And that's my problem is I'm like, I could like fix it, but then there'd be no show. And I was telling Kelly about that. I was like, I hate shows where the conflict is resolved with me doing this. New school.
It's done.
And she's like, well, then there wouldn't be a show. I'm like, that's the fucking point. It's like, just like, it needs to be better than that. It needs to be better than me switching schools would fix my problem.
Riverdale, buddy.
I can't do it because it's a school thing. Everybody's in school, and the football player has a jock strap on, and
he's a musician.
And you know that he's gonna get that bitch pregnant.
Archie. He's gonna get Miss Grundy pregnant. You know.
Archie's gonna make her Arthur back, and he's gonna Grundy.
Yeah, he probably is.
He's Grundy.
He's into this mixed chick who's in a band called the Pussycats. He's into that now.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. Do you have any announcements for the podcast?
Sorry, I ruined that. We're neighbors now.
Yeah. We're fucking neighbors.
We sometimes we say hi to each other through the window, and sometimes we walk in and we say hi to each other. So that's pretty cool. Other people can't do that. I saw a butt today, which was cool. It was a guy butt.
Yeah.
He was nice.
Chris.
Yeah, he was super nice. Saw a guy butt, so that was interesting.
Pretty serious back piece.
Yes. And I can appreciate it's like I didn't feel alone.
Yeah.
Because he had his butt out a little bit.
Yeah.
Taking pictures, and
he's in the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I take pictures of your back piece, you have to wear a sock.
Yeah.
On your wiener.
Yeah, and I do feel alone when that happens.
Yeah.
But it's for a good cause.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
But all right, everybody, give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Pray Podcast. Give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Pray, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see everybody next week, per usual. Oh, yeah.